Hey, it's Dougie Wood. I'm a Microsoft MVP, and I've been working with SharePoint for the past 20 years, building out solutions for organizations all over the world. Today, we're going to be taking a little look at a IT help desk SharePoint site and what it contains on there for building out things like known issues so that people know what's going on in the background and what other issues people have previously raised. If you would like some help building out a solution like this on SharePoint, there's a link in the description below to contact me. IT ticketing and known issues. This actually is something that's quite a common thing in SharePoint. Is to have a ticketing system. So I'm not going to go heavily into the ticketing side of things because essentially it's a set of lists in the background of Microsoft SharePoint where you can click on, say for example, you might land on the IT help desk SharePoint site and click on submit a new ticket, and you're submitting a ticket into a SharePoint list for an IT engineer to then qualify and set kind of what level it is. Now, one thing that sometimes people forget about, though, which I like to show them, is that you could also surface this type of information as a kind of known issues list on your IT help desk SharePoint site. So when people come onto the site, before they go and click on submit a new ticket because there's an email outage or their VPN isn't working properly or something like that, you train them to look actually first at the known issues list. Now, this is something we can display directly on the homepage of the IT SharePoint site so that people can always see what are the known issues that the IT department are already aware of and already working on. So you can see here we have a couple of different columns. Now, obviously, this is something that you can completely customize. You can have whatever you like within these fields. But typically, there'll be a bit of a title. So you can see here email outage, VPN connection issues, description. So people in France cannot access their emails, getting error message. You see the countries which it's impacting. Now, if you're really clever, what you could do is you could also use audience targeting to basically show and hide different, say, known issues depending on the country that that user is from. Now, this would be done with basically security groups. You could do it with dynamic security groups. So basing on the location that they have in their user profile, could show and hide basically these different items depending on the app. Because again, if I say I'm a UK user, I don't necessarily need to know that the France team have got an email outage. But again, it's up to you. It could be useful because I could be thinking, well, why are none of my French colleagues coming back to me on email? Whereas obviously there's an outage for them. So it's up to you how you want to slice and dice that. It might be that you put a little bit of an update on there. So something that's very common with kind of performance or outages type of information is recent updates. So what the latest update on that issue is, and also maybe when the next update is expected to be released. So again, so people don't start calling the support desk or raising more kind of tickets and things like that. They know when they could potentially get an update on the existing system. Other things, just to show whilst I'm here on the page, we could have some more things like call to actions. So maybe you want them to go to a chat. So rather than raising a ticket, you might have an online chat interface that they can go through to that instead. You've got further down maybe some self-help resources, so preparing for hybrid meetings, securing your home office, password policies, things like that that are common that people want to access. Frequently asked questions, so maybe I'm unable to log in. Where do I get help? How do I access the VPN? How do I register my mobile device? And maybe even branching off into more FAQs. Now, as kind of more AI unfolds using Microsoft, so things like Copilot for Microsoft 365, or even Copilot Studio for building agents, having this type of FAQ type of information stored within your IT SharePoint site is going to make it way easier for AI to be able to answer questions rather than employees raising support tickets and potentially bothering you with more kind of things that they could potentially find information on themselves if they were using, say, Copilot. It might be there's some updates on like well, not necessarily events, but things like where there might be outages planned, so people can be aware of those planned outages and add them into their own calendar. Maybe some contacts, so people that they should reach out to if they've got questions about security or escalating things for the help desk, for example. So there's a whole bunch of different things that we could potentially have on this homepage. But as I say, known issues, it's dead easy because it's based on a SharePoint list. It means we can just go, say, for example, click on the cog, go to site contents, and let's say, for example, there was another issue that we knew about. We can go to our list, which is known issues, which is just a simple SharePoint list. There's nothing overly complicated about this. We've just got a couple of different fields in here. And again, we could add more columns if we wanted to. To add a new item is really simple. So let's say, for example, let's get rid of the email outage in France. So that's no longer an issue. So we delete that. But maybe there's now an email outage which is affecting another country. So we can click on add new item. And then we'll call this email outage description. So maybe let's say it's affecting Germany. So we might say there is an email outage impacting our German colleagues. And maybe there's no update yet. So there's nothing actually that we've seen yet. So we might still say still investigating. Next update expected. So we might say it's going to be on Monday at 9 a.m. Click on save. And that's then added our update. Really simple, really easy. As I say, we could add more columns onto this because it's all built with SharePoint lists. We could add in more text fields, choice fields. So maybe like for example, we've got countries as choice fields. It's a drop down. So we've got choices there. Date and time. So the next update expected is a date and time column. So again, it's something that we can easily customize. Multiple lines of text is the description. So the description field is already using multiple lines of text. Person. So this might be, for example, who people could reach out to about the known issue. So if there was someone dedicated that was dealing with it, that people could reach out to. A number. So this might be like priority. So if we wanted to order these by kind of priority that we're currently working on, we could use a number column to do that. Quick steps is basically if we wanted to automate like having a button that's next to each one of those, but in this scenario, you wouldn't necessarily need to do that. A yes, no is just, maybe it's like, is this a critical issue? Yes or no. And then it's a little checkbox that whoever's filling this out can click. Hyperlink, so maybe there's more information somewhere. Maybe if like sometimes this might be related to a third party like Microsoft or Apple or another kind of technology company, and they could have a link to their website. So if you want to get more information, you can go directly to their website and again link that directly to the known issue record. You wouldn't necessarily have currency, but location. So depending on what the known issue was, it might be that you wanted to put, say, this is affecting a particular office location or something like that. Any imagery of any kind of potential issues, you can tag against it. And then things like lookups, managed data, data and average rating, you wouldn't really use for this type of solution anyway. But as you can see, I've added that item now. So if I go back to the home page, I build out solutions like this for organizations all over the world. So if you need help building out a solution like this, there's a link in the description below to contact me. Click the video on screen now for another example of how business solutions are being built using Microsoft lists. If you have any questions at all, use the comments feed below, and please do subscribe to my channel, as it really does help my channel grow, and you will get updated on whenever there's new SharePoint content.